All right, so we're back here with Terry, my expert co-host here in the residential building field. And we're back with Art Munsell. Art's not only a concrete specialist, but also a septic and drain field systems specialist, an expert in that. A lot of us live in the city and would never have any use for that whatsoever. In fact, in putting this whole thing together and doing the research, it never even occurred to me to do anything on septic because I've never dealt with it. I grew up in the city. Not a rural area, and we didn't do that. We had sewage systems. I'm going to start out right from the top.
Okay.
What are some of the critical things that if you were to have a friend or family member out of town having some work done, septic or drain field, and I guess first off explain, if you could, what that is to the people that are from the city or whatever that don't know.
What happens is when you flush your toilet, it's got to go somewhere. In the city, it goes in the sewers. Out in the country, where there's no sewer systems, it goes into, usually in most of the areas nowadays, a 1,500-gallon, what they call septic tank.
So it goes into a big tank.
That's right, and the solids go on top, and then they kind of, some of the solids stay on top and it kind of works in there, and bacteria does its thing, and some of it drops to the bottom, and the best water that's left is in the middle of the tank. And then this water from the middle of the tank is taken out into a system, and it usually goes out into the ground through some pipes and some stones that give it filtration before it actually enters the earth. And then it goes down through the soil and one thing and another, it's then kind of regenerated back.
In essence, it's a big sieve of some sort.
Exactly.
And some stuff stays in it, and that's why we get them pumped out at some point.
Right.
And some stuff doesn't.
Right.
I guess what we call it, maybe the clear water kind of goes out.
We'd call that, yes.
All right.
And nowadays
it's a poopy subject.
They got a filter system nowadays that on the outlet of the tank it's got a micro screen in it, so very small particles can go through, and the bigger particles can't possibly go through. And this is something that, as a homeowner, you'd have to have a deal out in your yard that we call a riser system, that you just take off a little plastic lid. You'd pull this thing out once a year, or have your septic tank pump guy come out there and clean it out maybe once every couple of years and spray it out with a garden hose. And it just kind of makes everything work, makes your drain field last a lot longer.